Hi, welcome to Dancer Flow, the full practice. Let's get started. Come to a comfortable seated position on your mat. You can cross your legs or bring one foot out in front of the other. Place your hands on your knees with your palms face down. Bring your spine up over your tailbone. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down away from your ears. Tuck your chin slightly. Close your eyes. And just bring awareness to your breathing without making any changes. Notice how you're breathing in and out, how your chest is moving up and down. Bring awareness to the space between your upper lip and nose. Before we get too far, let's begin with our affirmation. Bring your hands to prayer at your heart center. Keep your eyes closed and say these words with me aloud. I am beautiful. I create beautiful things. I flow. I dance. I create. I am a creator. Let's do this one more time. I am beautiful. I create beautiful things. I flow. I dance. I create. I am a creator. Take these words with you through your practice. Let them guide you through your movement. Take a deep inhale. Hold it. Sigh it out. Again, inhale. Hold it. Sigh it out. One more time, inhale. Hold it. Sigh it out. Bring your hands back to your knees with your palms face down. Keep your eyes closed as you bend your head forward, bringing your chin closer to your chest, letting your head hang here, feeling your neck relax. That'll help you feel that stretch in your neck a little bit more. Bring your head over to the right, bringing that right ear closer to your shoulder. Again, letting that neck relax to feel that stretch. Chin back to chest. And over to the left. Chin back to chest. Over to the right again. Chin back to chest. Over to the left. Chin back to chest. Raise your head. Slowly blink your eyes open. Place your fingertips beside you, reaching your hand away from you. Bend your head to the left. Feeling a little bit stronger stretch here. If you'd like a little extra tension, place your left hand on top of your head, just adding the weight, no pressure. And release both hands back to your knees and your head back to center. Place your left fingertips on the mat, reaching your hand away from you. Bend your head to the right. If you'd like a little extra pressure, place your right hand on top of your head. Again, without pressing, just giving your head that extra weight. Release your hands back to your knees. Head back to center. Reach your hands forward so your elbows are straight out in front of you. Hands are straight out in front of you. Bend your wrists so your palms are facing forward and reach through your wrists. So keeping your hands flexed with your fingertips pointed up. Think about pressing your wrists forward to feel that stretch. Turn your hands the other way so your palms are facing you and your fingertips are down, and continue to press through your wrists. Rotate your hands one direction 3 times, and then the other direction 3 times. Place your hands back on your knees. Inhale your arms back or up over your head. And exhale, bring your left hand out in front and your right hand back. Twist through the waist here, keeping your hips forward as you open up your heart to the side. Inhale back to center. And exhale, twist to the left, bringing that right hand in front, left hand in back. Again, keeping your hips toward the front, twisting through the waist. Inhale, hands to center, overhead. And exhale, twist to the right. Maybe turn your head to look back at your right hand. Inhale back to center. And exhale to the left. Back to center, hands overhead. And exhale as your hands come to your heart center. Come to a tabletop position on your mat with your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Keep your feet out in front of you with the tops of your feet pressed into the mat. Inhale, arch your back, look forward slightly, let your heart shine through your shoulders. Exhale, round your back, look toward your belly button. Inhale, forward, feeling your hands and your knees working toward each other as you press them into the mat. Exhale, round your back, really press your hands and your knees into the mat here away from you. Inhale, forward, bringing your head up just a little bit more as you feel that nice arch in your back. Exhale, round your back. Come to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes, press your toes into the mat and lift your knees up off the mat and your hips up. Step your feet back slightly, come to plank. So your shoulders are over your hands and your feet are straight back on your toes. Step your left foot forward, then your right foot forward at the top of your mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to standing, hands up overhead. And exhale your hands down to your heart center. Inhale your hands up overhead again. Grab or press your palms together, interlace your fingers, except the index fingers, press those together. Cross your thumbs, inhale, and exhale, bend to the right. Think about stretching through your spine here every time you inhale. And each time you exhale, bend a little deeper. Root your feet to the ground here. Keep your legs strong. Work on getting your hips and your torso squared to the front of the mat, chin away from chest. Inhale and exhale, bend a little deeper. Inhale back to center. Cross your thumbs the other way, so whichever thumb was on top, place it on the bottom this time. Inhale, stretch up through the spine. And exhale, bend to the left. Press your thighs in together, belly button in toward your spine. Inhale and exhale. Again, inhale, exhale. Inhale back to center. Bring your hands to the small of your back with your fingertips facing down. Elbows out and back of you. Inhale your chest up. And exhale, start to bend backward, keeping your hips to the front of the room. And your chest up. Same thing here. Think about stretching through that spine on your inhale, and on your exhale, bend a little deeper. If you're ready to go a little farther, bring your hands down past your glutes to your thighs. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale back up to center, hands overhead. And exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold, and step back to plank, lower to chaturanga, upward dog, and downward dog. This is our first downward dog of our practice. Let's make sure we have a good setup. Look forward at your hands. Make sure your fingers are spread wide here. Your fingers and your palms are pressed into the mat. Your index fingers are pointed toward the front of the mat. Roll your elbows in and up. Shoulders down away from your ears. To press your hips up into the air, go ahead and lift your heels up off the mat. Bend your knees, and then press your hips up. Straighten your knees. Bring your heels down. If you are prone to hyperextension in the knees, give yourself a little micro bend. Inhale your right leg up to three-legged dog. Exhale, swing the knee through to meet your elbow. Inhale back to three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to elbow. Back to three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to elbow. Back to three-legged dog. And set your foot back on the mat, coming to downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up to three-legged dog. Exhale, swing the knee through to your left elbow. Back to three-legged dog. Knee to elbow. Three-legged dog. Knee to elbow. Three-legged dog. And set your foot back on the mat to downward facing dog. That was a really good warm-up. Now we're ready for our beautiful dancer flow. Continue your Ujjayi breath here. So inhale your right leg up to three-legged dog. Exhale, swing your foot through in between your hands. Stay low in this front foot, keeping your knee bent. Turn the back foot so your toes now turn toward the left side of the mat and your foot comes flat. Windmill your arms up, bringing up your left, followed by your right, coming into warrior two. Settle in here. Make sure your weight in this back leg is in the blade edge of your foot. You've got front knee, or your knee is over your ankle in this front. Maybe come a little bit deeper into your squat. Bring your torso up away from that front knee and keep your arms strong here and parallel to your mat. Bring your left hand down to your left thigh. Inhale your right arm up to the sky, coming into reverse warrior. Feeling that stretch in your side. So we haven't moved anything. We're still bent into that front knee. All we did was move slightly up, feeling that stretch a little bit more. Legs stayed the same. Come back to warrior two. Straighten that right knee. Lean forward and rotate your arms down. Bringing your hand to your shin, to your foot, or to the mat, or if you have a block, place your hand on the block. Inhale, bring that left arm up toward the sky as you rotate your torso to the side, really letting your heart shine here. Think about stretching through your spine, keeping that spine straight. So your spine's going this way, and your left arm is going this way, really opening up. Bring the left hand down to the mat. Walk it to the side as you turn your right foot to the side. Keep both legs straight here. Grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Inhale to a flat back and exhale, fold. And as you fold, bring your belly button in toward your spine. Press your hips up and work on bringing your head closer to your mat. Keep the spine straight here. So if you start to round, come back a little bit more until your spine is straight, and then start to pull your head closer to the mat, working it in between your legs that way. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and walk your hands to the back of the mat as you turn your left foot to the back. So the right foot stays where it's at. Bend into the left foot. Windmill your arms up, bringing up your right, followed by your left. Coming into warrior two. Windmill your arms back down to the mat on either side of your left foot. Step back to plank. Lower to chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Inhale your left leg up to three-legged dog. Exhale, swing your left leg through in between your hands. Rotate the right foot so your toes are facing the side of the mat and your foot is flat. Windmill your arms up, bring up your right, followed by your left. Stay bent into that front left knee. Coming into warrior two. Keep your legs active here. So this leg right here, this strong one, still has weight, but the weight is in the blade edge of that foot. And the front is bent low. Eventually working to get this thigh parallel to the mat. Bring the torso up away from your thigh. And activate the muscles in your arms here. So keep them strong. That'll help keep your arms parallel to the mat. Look back at your right hand. If it's down here, bring it back up. If it's up here, bring it back down. Look forward at your front middle finger. Bring your right hand down to your right thigh. Inhale your left hand up to the sky, coming into reverse warrior. Feeling that stretch in the left side. So our legs stayed the same when we did this. Look up at your left hand and bring your hand back down to warrior two. Straighten the left knee, lean forward, coming into triangle. Same thing we did on the right side. Bring your left hand down to the mat, to your foot, or to your shin. Wherever you're at is perfect. So listen to your body. Inhale your right arm up to the sky. Keep that spine straight, reaching towards the back of the mat as you turn your heart and let it shine. Right hand down. Walk your hands to the side of the mat as you turn your left toes to the side. Hands underneath your shoulders, then grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Inhale to that flat back. Exhale, fold. As you fold into this, again, keep your spine straight. Pull your head toward the mat in between your feet. Keep your head relaxed here so you can keep your spine straight. So avoid looking up. Work on keeping your head relaxed here. Elbows out to the side. And release. Hands back under your shoulders. Then walk them to the front of the mat as you turn your right foot to face the front. Keep your left foot where it's at. Windmill your arms up to warrior two. Windmill your arms back down to the mat. Step back to plank. Lower to chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Let's add on. Inhale your right leg up to three-legged dog. Exhale, swing your foot through in between your hands. Rise up into warrior two. So this first part we've done before, so we know where we're going. Reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Straighten the right knee, lean forward, come into triangle. Bring your left hand down, come to the side into a forward fold. Hands under your shoulders first, then grab onto your big toes with your peace fingers. Inhale to a flat back, exhale, fold. Really pressing your hips up. Each time you inhale, think about stretching through that spine, keeping your hips up, and exhale, pull yourself down a little bit more with your fingers. Bring your hands back under your shoulders. Walk them to the back of the mat as you turn your left foot. Rise up into warrior two. Reverse warrior. So right hand comes down to right thigh. Back to warrior two. Keep this front knee bent. Lean forward with your right hand or left hand forward and rotate your arms, bringing your left elbow on the inside of your left knee. You can stay here with your hand floating above the mat, or if you need to, go ahead and bend your elbow and place your forearm on top of your thigh. Rotate your shoulders open and look up at your right hand extended toward the sky. Right hand down to the mat. Both hands down to the mat on the inside of your left foot. Right knee down, untuck your toes. Heel toe your left knee to the side of the mat. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, coming into dragon. Keep your left knee in close to your side. Look forward about 3 feet in front of you. Let your heart just shine through your shoulders as you feel this nice stretch in your legs. Rotate your left foot about 45 degrees. Place your left hand on the inside of your left knee and press it out slightly here, coming to the blade edge of your foot. Look over your shoulder. Release. Left hand comes back to the mat. Tuck your right toes. Step back to plank. Lower all the way down using chaturanga arms with elbows into the side. Come all the way down to your belly. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. Hands underneath your shoulders. Elbows out to the back, pointing toward your feet. Inhale your chest up, really working your core muscles here, working your back muscles to help bring your chest up. Use your hands to help stable you. You really want to use very little weight in your hands here. If you're ready, go ahead and float your hands up off the mat and lower all the way down. Bring your hands out to the side in a T. Continue to press the tops of your feet into the mat as you inhale your chest up. Again. Bring your hands down by your sides and inhale your feet up. Maybe bringing your chest up a little bit more. Bring your hands around your back, interlace your fingers, press your palms together, and press your hands away. Bring your chest up a little bit more, raise your feet up a little bit more, and slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, press up into plank, and come back into downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up to three-legged dog. Bend the knee, stack the hips, really opening up that hip here. As we come into our wild thing, look forward at your hands. Bring your weight to your left hand and your left foot. As you start to bring your right hand to your fingertips first, and then start to raise it as you flip over to the left side. Coming into a back bend here, press your hips up, open up your right hand, and slowly flip back over, bringing your right hand back down to the mat. Come back to to downward facing dog. Let's do all this on the other side. Inhale your left leg up to three-legged dog. Exhale, swing your foot through in between your hands. Lower that back foot, turning it to the side. Come up into warrior two. Reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Straighten the left knee, lean forward, come into triangle. Right hand down to the mat, walk your hands to the side. As you turn the left toes to the side, coming into this wide leg forward, fold. First bring your hands under your shoulders, then grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Before we go any farther this time, think about activating your thighs. You want to feel your muscles really active here. Tighten them up. And in your glutes as well. Press your hips up. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Release hands under your shoulders. Walk your hands to the front of the mat as you turn your right toes towards the front. Rise up into warrior two. Reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Turn the palms to the side and lean forward. Rotate the arms. So we're still bent into this right knee. Bring your right elbow on the inside of your right knee and keep your fingers hovered off the floor. So they're pointing toward the floor, but they're not quite touching. You can also bend your elbow and place your forearm on top of your thigh. Open up your heart. Look up at your left hand toward the sky. Really think about your spine going this way. Keeping that spine straight instead of curving. Left hand or right hand down to the mat, followed by your left, followed by your left knee. Untuck your toes, heel toe your right foot to the side of the mat and bring your hands under your shoulders. Keep your left or your right knee pulled in close to your body. So avoid splaying it out. You really want to keep it in close and your foot flat. Look forward about 3 feet in front of you. Let your heart shine forward. Turn your right foot about 45 degrees. Place your right hand on the inside of your right knee and press it out slightly, coming to the blade edge of that foot, and look over your right shoulder. Coming into a twisted dragon here. Release the hand back to the mat. Tuck the right toes. Lift the knee, step back to plank, and come into downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up to three-legged dog. Bend the knee, stack the hips. Look forward at your hands. Start to bring your weight to your right hand and your right foot as you lift your left fingers up just onto the tips of your fingers, and then start to lift your hand and flip over into wild thing, coming into this back bend. So the right foot turns towards the back as you flip over. Press your hips up and open up that left arm. Slowly come back, twisting over, bringing the left hand down. Come back into your downward facing dog. We got a little bit more to add on. Let's go. Inhale your right leg up to three-legged dog. Exhale, swing your foot through, in between your hands. Rise up into warrior two. Reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Straighten the right knee, lean forward, come into triangle. Left hand down, walk your hands to the side. Hands under your shoulders first, grab onto your big toes. Inhale and exhale, fold. Hands back underneath your shoulders, walk them to the back of the mat as you turn your left toes towards the back. Rise up into warrior two. Reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Lean forward, come into side angle. Both hands down to the mat. Lower the right knee, untuck the toes. Bring the heel toe, the left toes to the side of the mat and come into dragon. Turn the left toes out 45 degrees. Place the left hand on the inside of the left knee. Press it out till you come to the blade edge and look over your left shoulder towards the back wall. Release your knee, step back to plank, lower all the way down to the mat, to your belly. Keep your hands under your shoulders. Rise up into cobra. Come all the way down. Bring your hands out to a T. Inhale up. And exhale down. We'll do that one more time. Inhale up. Hands to your back or to the side. Lift the feet up. Bring your hands over your back, interlace your fingers, press your palms together, and reach your hands in back of you so you lift your chest up a little bit more and lower all the way down. Hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes, lift up into plank. Come into downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up to three-legged dog. Bend the knees, stack the hips. Bring your gaze to your hands. Start to bring your weight to your left hand and your left foot. Rise up to your right fingertips and slowly flip over into wild thing. And come back the way you came. Coming back to downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up to three-legged dog. Exhale, swing your foot through in between your hands. Stay up on your back toes, so your right toes are up and your heel is up. Keep bent into this front knee. Inhale, both arms up into crescent lunge. So instead of opening out to the side, everything is facing forward. Hips are forward, torso's forward. Bring the belly up away from that front thigh, and the arms are up overhead, strong here. Just like our warrior two, strong arms. Hands down by your sides with your palms facing forward. Lean forward slightly, coming into runner's lunge. So you want to keep a straight spine here and think about a straight line from your head all the way to this back foot. So you're not coming so far forward. Use your mind's eye to think about that straight line from your head to your back foot. Lift your heel up a little bit more. Start to bring your weight into your front foot as you drag your right foot along the mat until your front knee is straight, and start to bring your torso down. Lift your back leg up. Flex the foot, come into warrior three with your arms out in back of you. And slowly rise up, bringing your right foot to the front of the mat. Come into Tadasana with your palms forward. It's time for our beautiful dancer pose. Bring your right hand out in front of you with your palm up as if you're holding a serving tray. Swing it out to the side and then straighten the elbows. So the palm is still facing out. Start to bring your weight to your left foot as you lift your right up and back of you. Grab onto your ankle without turning your hand. So your hand is on your ankle on the inside, all 5 fingers on the same side. Bring your right knee to touch your left. Inhale your left hand up overhead with your palm facing forward. Inhale and exhale, kick your foot into your right hand. Stay here for a breath and then start to kick your foot a little bit more as you bring your torso down. That helps raise your foot. As you kick more, you'll come down more, your foot will come up more. Go to where you can hold, and if you can go a little bit more, start to kick up your foot overhead and slowly come out, rising up slowly. Place your right foot down beside your right. Inhale your arms up overhead and exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Step back to plank. Lower to chaturanga. Upward dog. And downward dog. That was our full flow. Let's do it on the other side. Inhale your left leg up to 3-legged dog. Exhale, swing your foot through in between your hands. Turn that back foot to the side. Rise up into warrior 2. Reverse warrior. Back to warrior 2. Straighten the left knee, lean forward, come into triangle. Right hand down. Walk it to the side, hands under your shoulders first. Grab onto your big toes, inhale, and exhale, fold. Hands back under your shoulders. Walk them to the front of the mat. Bend into your right knee and rise up into warrior 2. Reverse warrior. Warrior 2. Turn the palms to the side, lean forward, come into side angle. Again, you can bend the elbow and place your forearm on top of your thigh. If needed, both hands down to the mat. Heel toe your right foot to the side of the mat as your left knee comes down. Come into dragon. Turn the right toes out slightly. Place your right hand on your knee and press it out, coming into your twisted dragon. Both hands down to the mat. Step back to plank. Lower all the way down to your mat, to your belly. Hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale your chest up. Keep your hands where they are, just for a little bit, and then let your hands come up to hover. Lower all the way down. Hands out to the side in a T. Inhale your chest up, bringing those arms with you. Then bring them to the side. Inhale your legs up. Bring your hands around your back, interlace your fingers, press your palms together, and reach your hands back, which will help bring your chest up a little bit more, and slowly lower all the way down. Hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, rise up into plank, then into downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up to 3-legged dog. Bend the knees, stack the hips, really opening up those hips here. Look forward at your hands, bring your weight to your left hand or your right hand and your right foot. Left hand comes to your fingertips, and slowly flip your dog over into wild thing. Press the hips up, and slowly come back to downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up to 3-legged dog. Exhale, swing your foot through in between your hands. Stay up on those back toes, heel is up, bend into your front knee, inhale your arms up overhead, coming into crescent lunge. Scissor your legs here, really pressing your thighs in toward each other to help get your torso squared to the front of the room. Bring your belly up away from that thigh. Bend a little deeper into that front foot. Bring the back heel up off the mat. Hands strong overhead with your shoulders away from your ears. And bring your hands down to your sides, palms facing forward. Lean forward, coming into runner's lunge. So my knee is still bent. I didn't change that. I just leaned forward slightly, thinking about a straight line from my head to my back foot. Now slowly start to bring your weight to your right foot as you drag your left forward. When your right knee is straight, then bring your torso forward as you lift your left toes up. Flex your toes, coming into that T shape. Spine stretches one way, leg stretches back the other way. Bring this left hip down a little bit more to keep your torso and your leg parallel to the mat. Slowly rise up, bringing that left foot to the front of the mat. Inhale your arms up overhead, and exhale your hands down to your heart center. And hands down to your sides, Tadasana. Bring your left hand out in front of you as if it's holding that serving tray. Swing it out to the side, straighten the elbow. Hand is still turned out away from me. Start to bring your weight to your right foot as you lift your left up. Grab the inside of your right or your left ankle. Bring your knees together. Inhale your right hand up to the sky with your palm facing forward. Inhale again. And exhale, kick into your left hand. Feeling that tension, that tightness as your hand pulls against your foot and your foot pushes into your hand. Start to bring your torso forward. Keeping that tension, keep kicking into that hand. Go where you can hold it. And slowly, if you're ready, start to straighten out that knee, bringing your foot up overhead. And slowly come back, rise up. Hands to your heart center. Inhale your arms up overhead. And exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Step back to plank. Lower to chaturanga. Upward dog. And downward dog. You'll notice as I come into downward dog, I bend my knees a little bit and then straighten them out to help keep my hips up toward the sky. I really focus on my hips here to help straighten out my spine. Let's go through dancer flow one more time, once on each side before we're done. Inhale your right leg up to three-legged dog. Exhale, swing your foot through in between your hands. Rise up to warrior two. The nice thing is we know where we're going. We have it down now. We can go through this. Reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Straighten the right knee, lean forward, come into triangle. Both hands down to the mat, walk them to the side. Grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Hands back under your shoulders. Walk your hands to the back of the mat. Rise up into warrior two. Reverse warrior. Warrior two. Lean forward, come into side angle. Both hands down to the mat. Lower the back knee. Come into dragon. Twisted dragon with that foot out 45 degrees. Look over your right shoulder or your left shoulder. Both hands back in front of you. Step back to plank. Lower all the way down to the mat. Hands under your shoulders. Press the tops of your feet into the mat and inhale your chest up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Hands out to the sides in a T. Inhale up. Bring your hands to your sides. Inhale your feet up. Bring your hands around your back. Interlace your fingers, press your palms together. And inhale as you push your hands back, lifting your chest up a little bit more. Slowly lower all the way down. Hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes. Lift up into plank. And push back into downward facing dog. Look forward at your hands as you raise your right leg up to three-legged dog. Bend the knees, stack the hips, and flip over into wild thing. Flip back over into downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, step your foot through in between your hands. Rise up into crescent lunge. Hands down by your sides. Lean forward, coming into runner's lunge. Start to bring your weight to your left foot as you scoot your right foot along your mat. Once your left knee is bent, come into warrior 3 with your hands extended out in back of you. Slowly rise up, inhale your arms up overhead, and exhale your hands down to your heart center. Bring your right hand in front of you, swing it out to the side, straighten the elbow, bring your weight to your left foot, lift your right up, grab the ankle from the inside, all 5 fingers on the same side, knees together. Inhale your left hand up overhead, palm facing forward. Inhale. And exhale, kick into your right hand. Start to come forward. Go where you can hold it. If you're ready, start to straighten that foot up, bringing it up past your head. And slowly come out. Placing your right foot beside your left. Inhale, arms up overhead. And exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Step back to plank. Lower to chaturanga, arms all the way down to the mat. Just for a second here. You did a great job on that one side. Tuck your toes, press your hands and your feet into the mat. Lift all the way back up to plank. Press to downward facing dog. You only have one more side. We got this. Inhale your left leg up to 3-legged dog. Exhale, swing your foot through in between your hands. Lower that back foot, rise up to warrior 2. Reverse warrior. Back to warrior 2. Triangle, straightening that left knee as you come down. Both hands down. Walk to the side. Grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Inhale, do a flat back. Exhale, fold. Hands back under your shoulders. Walk them to the front of the mat as you turn your right toes. Rise up. Warrior 2. Reverse warrior. Back to warrior 2. Turn your palms to the side. Lean forward. Side angle. Both hands down, come into your dragon. Remember your ujjayi breath. That slight constriction in the back of your throat, making that oceanic sound that's going to give you the energy and the strength to get through these poses. Come into twisted dragon. Place both hands back on the mat. Tuck your left toes, step back to plank, and lower all the way down to the mat. Press the tops of your feet into the mat, hands under your shoulders. Inhale, rise up into cobra. You can hover your hands if you'd like. Come all the way down. Hands out to the side. Inhale your chest up. Hands to the side. Inhale your feet up. Hands around your back. Interlace your fingers, press your palms together, and press your hands back, bringing your chest up a little bit more, and slowly lower all the way down. Hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes, rise up into plank, then downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up to 3-legged dog, bend the knees, stack the hips, look forward at your hands, and flip over into wild thing. Press your hips up, really open up here, and slowly come back, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up to 3-legged dog. Exhale, swing your foot through in between your hands. Stay up on your back toes, heel is lifted, rise up into crescent lunge. Hands down by your sides. Lean forward, coming into runner's lunge. Bring your weight to your right foot. Scoot your left along the mat until your right knee is straight. And then bring your torso down. Lift your left foot up, coming into warrior 3. Slowly rise all the way up to standing. Inhale your arms up overhead. And exhale your hands down to your heart center. Bring your left hand in front of you, palm up. Swing it to the side, straighten the elbow. Bring your weight to your right foot, lift your left up, and back if you grab your ankle with all 5 fingers on the same side. Point your toes and bring your knees together to touch. Inhale your right arm up, hand palm facing forward. Inhale. And exhale, kick your left foot into your hand. And start to come forward, kicking into that hand. Oop. If you start to come out, no worries, just come right back to it. Go where you can hold it. And then when you're ready, start to bring that foot up overhead. Slowly come back. Hands to your heart center. Inhale your arms up overhead. And exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. And we're ready for today's challenge. Inhale your right leg up to 3-legged dog and exhale, swing your foot through in between your hands and step your left leg forward. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. And inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to standing. And exhale your hands down to your heart center. This is a standing balance challenge. We'll stay where we're at on our mat. Start to bring your weight to your left foot. Raise your right up into staff. So here in staff, we've got a 90-degree angle in our hip and our knee, and the foot is flexed. Stay here for a second, then come forward, grab onto your big toe with your peace finger, pull your foot in close to your body as you straighten your up to a good standing position. When you're ready, kick your foot forward. If your knee is straight, go ahead and swing your foot out to the side as you bring your left hand out to the side. If it's not straight, bend the knee and bring the knee out to the side. Left hand still comes out to the side. Everyone bring your knee back in. Straighten the knee, hands up overhead. And slowly kick your foot back, keeping the knee straight, and come into warrior 3. Bring the torso down and the right foot back. Slowly rise up. Come to standing, hands up overhead. And exhale your hands down to your heart center. We'll try that on the left side. Bring your weight to your right foot. Lift your left up into staff. Again, that's a 90-degree angle in your hip. And in your knee, so the thigh is parallel to your mat. Flex your left foot. Find a point in front of you to concentrate on as you move through this pose. Come forward, grab your big toe with your peace finger. Hold, bringing your foot in close to your body. And now kick your foot forward, straightening that knee. Keep your body up. If your knee is straight, swing the foot out to the side as your right hand comes out to the other side. If your knee is not quite straight, bend the knee again and bring the knee out to the side, placing your hand on the inside of your knee. Everyone come back to center. Straighten the knee, hands up overhead, and slowly kick the foot back as you come. Bring your torso forward, coming into warrior 3. Slowly rise up. Inhale your hands up overhead. And exhale your hands down to your heart center. Very good. Turn to the side of your mat. Let's get into our cool down. Bring your feet into a little bit more than hip width distance apart and turn your toes out slightly. We're going to do 3 squats here with our hands in prayer. Inhale and exhale, come into a low squat, really kicking that booty out and back of you. Keep working to keep the knees over the feet. Inhale, rise all the way back up. And exhale, squat low. Inhale, rise. Exhale, low. Inhale, rise. Exhale, low. And inhale, rise. Stay up here. Turn your toes so they face the side of the mat. So they're parallel to the front and back of your mat, and your toes are pointed towards the side. Bring your hands in back of you. Interlace your fingers. Press your palms together. Inhale your chest up. And exhale, fold. Coming down with that straight spine. Pressing your hips up as you come down. Slowly lower your hands all the way down. Scoot your feet in a little bit closer. Point your toes out slightly and come into a low squat. Bring your elbows on the insides of your knees, hands at heart center in prayer. Lower your booty all the way down to the mat. Hug your knees into your chest. Place your hands on the back of your thighs and lift your shins up, point your toes, coming into a boat. You can stay here or you can work on your balance and reach your hands forward. Really think about keeping your spine straight so avoid curling your back. Think about stretching up through your back. Slowly lower your feet all the way to the mat. Cross your ankles. Bring your hands forward and scoot your knees back a little bit more on the mat. Bring your knees out wide as you can get them without causing pain. So if there's a sharp pain, back off a little bit. Bring your hips back, working to get your thighs parallel to your mat here. Bring your feet out a little bit wider so you've got close to a 90-degree angle in your knee here. Flex your toes. And start to bring your butt back a little bit more as you come down to your forearms. So we're here in frog, and we'll go only as far as is good for you. So listen to your body. If it's painful, back off. Stay here, or if you're ready, start to lower a little bit more. Keep that booty back. You can come down a little bit more, bringing your forehead to touch your hands. Press your hands into the mat to rise up. To come out, come forward first, and then you can bring your knees in toward each other. Face the front of your mat. Come to your knees. Bring your knees underneath your hips with your feet out in back of you. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. Bring your hands to your lower back. Press your hips forward. Inhale your chest up and exhale. Press your hips forward as you come into a back bend. If it's comfortable on your neck, bring your head back. If it's not comfortable on your neck, keep your head up. When you're ready, or if you're ready, bring your hands down past your glutes to your thighs. Come into your back bend a little bit more. So inhale and exhale, bend a little deeper. And when you're ready, grab onto your heels with your hands, with your fingers on the inside, and your thumbs on the outside. Slowly rise up, coming out the way you came in, hands to your hips. Rise up and bring your glutes down to touch your heels. Hands on your thighs with your palms up. Tuck your chin slightly and breathe here. Bring your hands out in back of you with your palms up. So your thumb is towards the outside and your fingers are in towards the inside. Place your heel in between your thumb. Place your heel in between your thumb and your forefinger with your palm face up. Inhale your chest up, and exhale, round your back and start to come down, working to bring your forehead to touch your knee. Bring your belly in to help round your back a little bit more. Bring your head to touch the mat. Inhale, bring your hips up. Bring that belly in a little bit more. Pull onto your heels as you lift your hips up. And slowly come out. Hands back to your knees with your palms up. Tuck your chin slightly. And come forward, bringing your knees to the front of the mat. Keep your knees together and bring your feet out to the side so you can sit in between your feet here. If this is uncomfortable for you, go ahead and pause the video for a second. Grab a pillow and place the pillow underneath your butt. So you'll be risen up a little bit more, which should help the pressure on your knees or where it might be. Bring your hands just in back of your feet so your fingers are pointing toward your feet. Keep your knees together. If your knees start to come apart, back off. So we're going to go to the next stage. If your knees are apart, stay here. If they're still together, you can come down to your elbows. And if they're still together, come down to your back. Bring your hands up overhead. Breathe here. Bring your hands back to your feet. Come out the way you came in. First coming to your forearms and then to your hands. Bring your hands out in front of you. Cross your feet underneath you and bring them out in front. Lay all the way down on your back. Hug your right knee into your chest. And straighten that out in front of you. Hug your left knee into your chest. Straighten that out. Bring your hands down by your sides with your palms face down. Press your palms into the mat as you lift your legs up overhead. Keep the knees straight. Flex the feet. Coming here to waterfall. Such a great pose. Has a lot of really good benefits, including on the heart. Continue to breathe here. Bring your knees into your chest. Hug them close. Place your left hand on the outside of your right knee and twist over to the left, bringing your knees with you as you look to the right. Bring your right hand outstretched to the side. Keep that right shoulder on the mat as you come into this twist. Bring both knees back to center. Hug the knees into the chest again. Place the right hand on the outside of the left knee and pull your knees over to the right. As you look to the left, bring that left hand outstretched to the side and keep the left shoulder on the mat. Pull your knees back into your chest and let them come out straight on your mat. Bring your feet about as wide as your mat. Let your toes splay open, hands down by your sides with your palms face open. You can bring your hands out a little bit wider than that as well. Find a good comfortable position for you. Maybe adjust the shoulder blades a little bit. Close your eyes. Start to come back to your normal breathing. Relax your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Let your body melt into your mat for these few minutes of Shavasana. Start to wiggle your finger and your toes, your wrists and your ankles. Add a little bit more movement to your limbs. Hug your knees into your chest. Roll onto your left side, coming to a fetal position. Press your right hand into the mat to raise yourself all the way up to sitting. Keep your eyes closed as you come to a comfortable sitting position, just like we did in the beginning. Bring your hands to your heart center in prayer. Tuck your chin slightly. We'll end the way we began, with our affirmation. Say these words with me aloud. I am beautiful. I create beautiful things. I dance, I flow, I create. I am a creator. Take these words with you throughout your day. Let them be a strength to you, to remind you that you are a creator. Whatever your creative passion, you have the ability to create. Embrace it and go create. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.